Hey guys, I've been meaning to make this vlog since the beginning of the recent events, but we've been busy with the team and working to accommodate Nick into the lineup this week. We've been focusing on getting ready for the weekend and try to distance ourselves away from the situation. But I want to create this vlog for you guys to provide some insight about the team or from the team about some of the things that concerned us. So to start off, I'll be quoting some of the Bloodwater's responses that he had from his recent AMA and talk about how some of the statements are inaccurate. So first off, Bloodwater said, quote, "I believe it was Kenma, the coach's decision to swap them. I was not pleased with the decision. I was not happy at all. Everything that Smithy worked for in the jungle and everything that Zuno worked for as an AD basically was rendered obsolete." So for those who don't know or can't guess, Bloodwater here is talking about the role swap and who his idea was in the first place. And I'm here to say that it was actually a member of the team that brought up the role swap and everybody agreed to it. Bloodwater himself said he was excited to work with Smithy and that he is actually confident in his AD carry ability. He even later expressed that he thinks that the role swap will benefit us in the long run. And he said this in the feature video that Wright made on us about the role swap. So with this said, we as a team take responsibility for the role swap and how it's affected us. The management's not at fault here at all. Sadly, we ended this past weekend 0-2 with some tough losses, but we're aiming to just better ourselves by trying to resolve the situation in the first place. Seeing what works best for us, although we know that nothing is finalized at the moment. But having said this, the environment and the morale of the house is just more positive overall. Now regarding Bloodwater leaving when he did, he said that he was removed from the team because he was not dedicated enough, according to the management and the owner. It was considerate of him to announce his plans of retirement to us in January before it got even later on in the split. But along with this, he also told us that for one, he could play with us until the middle of the summer split, but he would not be able to play with us for Worlds even if we qualified for it. And two, he also said we should be on the lookout for a replacement for him, or just looking at other options, whether it's just swapping roles around again to make things work. And three, he understood if we wanted to replace him at that time or before the spring split, but he did express to us that preferably or ideally that he would like to stay until the end of it. With all this in mind, by no means was it an easy decision for Bloodwater to just move forward without him. It was really hard to do. He is a talented player. He has a lot of potential. We've been through a lot together. There's no doubt about that. But we needed to think more long-term on what's better for the team. Now, I want to emphasize that it was actually one of the players that suggested the moving forward, without him. That decision, by no means was it on the management or the owner. And yes, Bloodwater wouldn't miss a scrim, but the time that he and Smithy had a dual queue was actually very limited, and this was due to the time that Bloodwater had to put into other commitments, whether it was studying or homework. And I'm not criticizing him for wanting to further his education. I applaud it. However, when it gets in the way of other commitments, such as that to the team, that's when there's a problem. He's even admitted to only playing 2 solo queue games in the week leading up to our recent losses against Coast and Curse. And contrary to what other sources have said, we're not blaming Bloodwater at all for how we are doing in the standings. The whole team is underperforming, and it's just clearly shown in just the games we play. And we're all willing to work out these problems together because we know what we're capable of as a team. We saw it displayed last season with our achievements where we went to Worlds, we finished top 3 in NA. And the problem that we're trying to address is having a stabilized roster where everybody can dedicate ample time to the team and just improve their overall and individual gameplay. So I leave you with this. There are two sides to the story. I chose to remain quiet throughout this week's events to see how each side handled the situation, but I decided that it was time to sort out all the inconsistencies that were apparent. And after reading through all the hateful XDG threads and comments, I wanted to piggyback on what Reggie said on his interview with Travis that he had this past week, that it's important to view the situation from the management's point of view and not just that of the spectators. It's not just about a professional player who was asked to leave earlier than he wanted to. but it's about the organization doing what they thought was needed for the betterment of the team. Try to look at the whole picture and not just a piece of it. Like, we as the players can see the passion that you guys have for the game and what we do, but what I personally do not enjoy seeing is when this passion is expressed in the form of hostile trolling, such as hate towards certain teammates as well as the organization, or accusations of nepotism on the team. All this hate does is generate presumptions from people who don't know or don't fully understand the situation. And we appreciate your concerns and critiques of the team. However, the reality is that oftentimes they tend to be more destructive and do more harm than good. But on a related note, I'm proud to announce that XDG is now the sponsor of Rise Up Gaming. They're a non-profit organization working to promote tolerance and positive, healthy communities for gamers. I encourage you guys to check them out, and we look forward to working with them. So on behalf of the team, I'd like to thank all of you awesome fans out there, as well as the rest of the community, for your patience and your support. I hope that we can all learn and grow from this. And thank you for taking time out to watch this video, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. But thanks.